Good morning, it's Miss Keisha with Journey of the Word Ministries, home of every name known to God, where all are welcome regardless of their belief. And we are working on building relationship with God versus nurturing religion. I hope everyone had a good week and is ready to begin next week working on that journey. Today I want to discuss Isaiah 12:2. Trust in the Lord and do not be afraid. The reason I want to talk about that is because we go through so many different challenges in life on a daily basis, and everybody's going through something different, but there's nothing new under the sun. And what I mean by that is everything that you're going through, it might be unique to you at the moment, but trust me when I tell you that someone else has went through it, someone else has survived it, because God has allowed it. So all you need to do is trust that the Lord is going to solve the situation for you. I'm sure, as I've said many times before, that you've made it through situations that you didn't see a way out of, and that or thought you couldn't take anymore. This was the last straw. And I'm sure that that's happened to you before. Isaiah 12:2 is a reassurance for us, telling us that we don't have to fear the outcome. We don't have to fear what's going to happen. Now, while it's not telling us that something bad is going to happen or won't happen, and it's not telling us that, I don't want to mislead anybody. It's not telling us that there won't be things that you will have a reason to be afraid of. And it's not telling us that there's nothing that's going to happen that'll scare you. It's telling you you have no need to be afraid as long as you trust in God. Because, as we always say, Romans 8:28, everything works together for the good of those who love God and live according to his word. If we learn to trust in God and his promises, we'll learn that fear is an absolute waste of energy. You taking the time to fear the outcome, you taking the time to fear the threats or what's going to happen if you're not able to succeed, or if you're not able to remedy your situation, get rid of this person, pay your bills, deal with this job anymore, versus going into your prayer closet, talking to God about it, applying his principles. That's what you should be doing. What is fear going to accomplish? Fear isn't going to do anything but get you anxiety, get your blood pressure up, get you depressed, get you to start questioning yourself, possibly start making you feel like you're the cause. It might start you to point blame at other people, get you fighting with your friends and family, which is completely unnecessary. If you listen to Isaiah 12:2 and decide to trust in God and know that he has all things handled. Remember, he's a step ahead of us anyway. He knows all. He's the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning and the end. And he's asking you, he's giving you the instructions to solve your situation. And with one simple word, trust. Trust that he has your back. Trust that you won't go anywhere until it's your time. Trust that when you do go somewhere, when you do leave this realm, you'll be going to him. Trust that he won't allow anything to happen to you that he cannot take care of, that you cannot survive. Trust that he won't put anything on you that you can't handle. Even if it feels like this is the end of the road for you, look back at how many times you thought that, or look back at how many situations that you've gotten out of, and you can't possibly see that. Sometimes we are in situations because we have faltered and felt we got so big-headed that we stepped away from God and started to feel like we were the reason for our success. So he has to teach us a lesson. He has to show us that he is the only way out, that he is the only true answer, and he might be trying to get you back there. Sometimes the devil is on attack because you are one of God's special people. You're a warrior. You have an intent, and the devil is trying to get you off your purpose. It just all depends on what's going on. Sometimes it's because of the sin that we've just reaped into the world, and it's just life. It's just happened. Sometimes it's just poor choices, and that's just what it is. Everything has a consequence. Every choice has a consequence. But if you take the initiative to place your trust in God, to apply his principles to your life, to have a relationship with him, to study, sorry about the arm, guys, to study his word, to pray to him, to talk to him, to ask him for his guidance, to try and listen for an answer. People think God doesn't talk to you. God does talk to you. He might not be in human form down here chit-chatting it up, where you hear his voice and see a physical face. But he talks and he communicates. We just have to learn to listen. We have to be open to the fact that he's saying something to us. And you have to trust his decision making. And sometimes you know good and well that God has told you not to do something, but you decided to take it upon yourself to do it anyway. Now, how does that work? If you're not trusting his guidance when you've heard what he's told you to do and you did the exact opposite, now you know something is going to happen. So now at this point, you have to go into prayer and ask God how to fix this. What does he want you to do? Does he want you to sit still? Does he want you to take responsibility for your actions? Is this something where you have to go pay penance and repent? Is this something where you physically have to go tell another person that you've done something that you shouldn't have to them and apologize to them? Is this something where God has blessed you with a job you don't particularly like it? You lost your temper at work and you're about to lose your job and now you can't pay your bills? Do you need to try and make amends there? I mean, trying to come up with different analogies, because most of the time all we talk about is relationships and money. Not being able to pay your bills, not being able to have food in the house, losing the roof over your head, losing your spouse. Even those things actually come from constant. Sometimes, or most times, we'll point at the other person and think that, you know, it's always their fault. But it's a two-way streak. But if we begin in every situation in life to trust in God, to reply to his principles, then we'll be okay. You guys have a blessed day.